Hey guys, I haven't made a video in a while. I haven't had anything to do, so today I'm underneath my truck fixing the AirDog fuel lines. I'm going to show you what's going on. This is the go-to line, the go to the engine, and I had it over this this member right here, and it was chafing the line, so it was actually, I was afraid it was going to cut through and cause a leak, so I took it off and I'm going to shorten it up and I'm going to reroute it just like this so that it goes between the tank and the fuel pump itself, because before I had it going over the top, and anyway, I don't want it to cut through and cause a leak and lose fuel on the road. But I also have that line coming from the tank, and there's that shield next to the tank, and it kind of rubs on there a little bit, so it's got a dull edge. I don't think it's going to cut through the line, but I'm going to try and reroute that as well. And my question is, why does this fuel line keep dripping fuel no matter what? It's been dripping for 20 minutes. It's below the level of the tank, but you know, the fuel would have to come up the intake tube inside the tank and then come down this through the AirDog and then out. So I'm not really sure. Maybe there's some residual pressure left inside the pump. I don't really know, but it feels like I've lost 3 gallons of fuel just taking this line off. And I'm going to try and cut it, take the fitting off, and then put it back in without losing any more fuel. Alright guys, so after taking the AirDog 2 engine hose off of the air pump, I got it, or the AirDog lift pump, I got it cut down about 8 or 9 inches, and I rerouted it. As you can see here, I rerouted it behind, you know, kind of like underneath the filter here rather than over the top as I had before, because before it was chafing on this edge and it was chafing on this edge, and it was actually starting to rub a hole through the hose. So I shortened it about 8 or 9 inches and got it zip tied up here to the suction line from the tank, and you can see it runs right up above. So it's not touching anywhere that I can see except for right here, and that's okay because that's just plastic. And other than that, I think it's pretty good. I've still got this hose routed up here right behind the shield for the tank, and it's just sitting there, but it wants to pop back over, so I'm not really sure how to secure it. There's really nothing to zip tie it to, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And my question for you guys is, I pulled this line off and it just kept dripping and dripping. I mean, not dripping, it kept flowing fuel. It felt like it flowed 10 gallons of fuel out, you know. It never stopped. Never stopped. I didn't know how to cap it or anything, so I just let it flow, and I'm gonna try and mop up all the diesel fuel. But you know, when I took the 2 engine line off, it just kept going and going and going, so I don't know where all the fuel is coming from, because it has to come up out of the tank. And you know, I just don't understand how that can happen. Maybe it's just from the fact that the line is lower than the tank, kind of like when you drain a fish tank. I forget what they call that. Siphoning? Anyway, let me know what you think.